Today we're going to do a prescription in Operations Center for just seeding, and we can also do fertilizer too at the same time, but we're just going to do the seed to start with to make it simple and go through how the updates work on Work Planner for the season of 2025 coming up. It's February 2025, so we're going to be planning for this season. We're going to go to Plan and then Work Planner down here. Even though we're using the prescription creator, we're going to go to Work Planner and just create it all in one step, send it to the equipment. It's ready to go when you fire up the machine in 2 months. So we're going to plan the seeding here, make sure it's set to seeding 2025. You can pause this video at any time. I'm going to try to go slow here. Plan seeding. We're going to find the field first that we want to do this on. Select it. Press next. Select the crop. Today we're just going to do some durum. Select the variety. And then right here, you want to select pounds per acre, if that's what you're going to be seeding in. And the prescription RX, select it. Do not select one of these if you have any, unless you're going to copy one that you did before. That's the nice part about it. We're going to create a new one today. And by creating a new one, we're going to base it off of elevation today. We can do yield, we can do other things, so we're just going to do elevation. Make it simple. You can hand draw it also. We can cover that also. So we're going to select the source. Free form is hand drawing. Existing prescription, you can just pick another one and fine tune it. Average yield. We're going to pick that field operation, and within field operation there's going to be elevation. So we're going to pick the year that we thought we did the whole field in. Pretty good shot of covering the whole field. That's when it was harvested last, or had a good harvest on it. The layer we're going to pick today is not yield. We're going to pick elevation just for showing that it can do elevation and other things with yield, but elevation for now. Okay, and we're going to generate those zones. So they might have 4 or 5 zones, 6 zones, and we can combine them or make them bigger or smaller. We can't move them around because it's elevation. We didn't draw them. They're already drawn in there. So these zones here are based off of elevation above sea level. So here's the highest zones here. And down to 10 feet down, the lowest zones. And you, like I say, you can massage those out by adjusting these here. We're going to leave them all the same, and just put a couple rates in for the lowest zone. Today we're gonna put in a higher rate. Sorry, a lower rate. We're gonna put in 50 pounds per acre. And I'm gonna put both these at 50 pounds. These two zones. This one here, I'm going to put it at 60 pounds. And then these two here, I'm going to put them both at 75. You can combine them. When you do, you might lose this span. So I like to see the elevation here, just showing them. So that's the based on elevation. So you could have them all the same and have one different. It's up to you. So scroll down, you can see the established applied total would be 2,238 pounds. So it gives you a good idea about also setting up and purchasing fertilizer if you're going to do variable rate. So if you see, so 2238, if I change this to 100, it changes that number. So fairly accurate. Go back to 75. And then I'm going to click on save. I got 5 zones here. I'm keeping it simple. You could get it to 3 if you want by combining 2 of them together if you want, or rearranging the acre sizes here too. So you can also slide this bar over and make things differently. I'm just going to click save right now. Keep it simple. Once I click save, it's going to save this prescription that we put in for that seed. And we're not going to assign it to a tank. We're going to assign it to a tractor with a seeder behind it. And once that selection is in the display, then you assign it to which tank you want. Some people say it's easier, some people say it's harder. That way you can customize, and you can say that you're going to throw your wheat durum today is going to be in your back tank. for whatever reason, and that's where you're going to throw this prescription in. So wheat durum, we've got all that written down here. If we want to add some more products like fertilizer, we're going to. Today, I'm just going to make the seed prescription today. We're going to assign it to that equipment. So today I've got a bunch of tractors, fake ones in my profile here. So we're just going to go to four-wheel drives, select one, select the implement. Should have a grain cart in here, a drill, I believe. Air seeder, there we go. So C850, select the operator. I'm going to call the operator Daryl today. Okay. The cool part about the work order is you can put a number in here if you want to. You don't have to. If you're custom seating, you could put something in here. You can also put work instructions. Today I'm going to say stop for lunch. Or whatever you want. Watch out for a washout in the southeast corner. Whatever. You can put those instructions in there. They're going to pop up on the screen once they get to that tractor on a Gen 4 or a G5 display. So it's really nice. With all the prescriptions in there, all set, ready to go, you just tell it which tank you want it in. Once we click save, that prescription's here ready to go. It's not completed. Once you are sending it to the machine, once I select send to equipment, it wirelessly sends it to that equipment. It could sit there for, I believe, up to a year, because you want to stay in the same year. So within 6 months anyways, sitting there waiting to go in the spring, and then if you decide to change it, you could delete it. I guess you'd have to go to the cab and delete it, but you could send them out now and have them ready to go for the spring. Try a couple of those prescriptions. If you want to print it off beforehand, you would select export up here, and it's a nice little sheet if you want to look at it and refer to it later for some information. It gives you the work order here. I didn't put anything down there. You can put your guidance lines in also, your AB lines, and that also goes in there. It gives your total pounds again, based on that average 63 pounds on all those zones that you made, 75, 60, and 50 pounds per acre in that field. So print that off and have that as a reference based off this work plan with the prescription. You don't have to have a prescription. You can just make work plans and have them sent out to the machine and have them all ready for documentation. So the operator doesn't have to select the crop they're in. Once they get to that field with a boundary, it will bring up that work plan for them. You have to still assign which prescription you want in which tank, though, because of the fact that in some cases it doesn't know which tank you're going to be using. So for that. The other thing is with the prescription and or the work plan, doesn't matter if it's prescription or not. So the work plan, when they're 95% done that field, it comes complete. So if you're not in the tractor or sprayer or combine, you can see which fields are complete based off that 95% completion. You don't have to worry about clicking it. It'll automatically go when it's done here. It's complete on its own. You can manually complete it if you want to, but after that 95%, I believe it's done. So you can send it to the equipment. You can get it ready. It tells you if it's sent or not, things like that. Try it out.